What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy picks for Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DailyDog. That's DAILYDOG at underdogfantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. And again, if you're new to Underdog, do it. It's worth it. 50% deposit match bonus. However much you put on there, up to $2,000, you'll get 50% in bonus funds. That is free money you can use. You just got to roll it over once to get that withdrawal. So it is a great way to increase your chances of turning a profit when you get that much added to your balance for free. All right, let's get going. Per usual, we're going to start putting in the Thursday night football slips early this week on this Tuesday. I try to pick things that I think are going to move by the time the game goes off. So let's keep doing it. We've been getting CLV on these early week slips all season long. We're going to continue doing that here. Thursday night game is the 49ers at the Seahawks. I'm going to be starting out with Deebo Samuel to have higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown in this game. Simply put, Jordan Mason fumbling the ball. Jordan Mason, obviously he's been a workhorse for them and he's been pretty good. But man, they need Deebo to step up. They need Deebo to do something here. And I think that, they're going to rely on their star wide receiver / do-it-all running back, every other thing guy to get this one done. So yeah, give me Deebo Samuel here to have higher than half a rushing plus receiving touchdown in this game. Next, we're going to go to Kenneth Walker, one of the best young running backs in the National Football League, to have higher than half of a rushing or receiving touchdown in this game as well. And bonus, we get that vulture protection with Kenneth Walker. So if Charbonnet steals it from him on a drive where Walker's got a carry and then Charbonnet runs it in from inside the 10, we are covered. We get our slip back if everything else hits. And again, I don't know if you've seen Kenneth Walker play. You should. He is so explosive, so hard to tackle, so hard to trap and track down. The guy is a beast. So Kenneth Walker, higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown here. He can do it from any point on the field. Literally, the guy's got breakaway speed from anywhere. So I love having him on there. He's not one of those running backs that you need to have, inside the 5 for him to convert. He's got the speed to do it long or short. He's got the power to do it short, which is surprising because he's got a kind of a small build. All right, let's continue with Jaxson Smith-Njigba, higher than 49.5 rushing or receiving yards, not rushing yards. Jaxson Smith-Njigba is just coming along this season. It's not really been too flashy in every game this year, but he has had some spots. And again, he's the slot guy. I think that he's going to be able to work on this 49ers defense. Some people think he's a disappointment. I think that there's just a lot of mouths to feed, with obviously Tyler Lockett, the veteran, and then DK Metcalf obviously demanding some touches every single game due to his physical ability. But Jaxson Smith-Njigba is just already showing how heady of a player he is, how good he is. I really like him in this spot to have higher than 50 receiving yards. Again, the slip is Deebo Samuel, higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown. Kenneth Walker, higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown, and Jaxson Smith-Njigba, higher than 49.5 receiving yards. This is a 6.84x multiplier, so you get a little bonus juice there. That is due to the Deebo Samuel touchdown pick. So 6.84x for Thursday night football. All right, now let's talk about Underdog real quick. If you're not signed up yet and you're listening to this podcast, what are you doing? Use promo code DailyDog. Get that free money to work with. And use it to your advantage. Use all the promos on Underdog. I mean, all October right now, they're doing boosts basically every single day, 30% boost, 20% boost, everything in between. You get free picks sometimes, or gimme picks added to your sheets every once in a while as well. So there's a lot to love about what's happening with Underdog. Please sign up with promo code DailyDog if you have not done so yet and get that 50% deposit match bonus. All right. Let's get to the other slip we're going to do. We're going to do one. This one's a kind of a combo. It's a baseball combo slip, and then also it features the college football game we've got going tonight as well. So we're going to start out with Walker Buehler and Michael King, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in that NL game between the Dodgers and the Padres. Walker Buehler, I've been picking on him a little bit on slips all season long. If you haven't been paying attention to the show, that's kind of been a common theme and something that I've been trying to take advantage of. The thing with Buehler, though, is he's kind of come on a little bit in the last couple starts. He's not been as bad as he once was. He has recovered well from the mid-season woes he had after getting banged up early in the season. Next, we're going to go to Austin Nola and Sean Manaea, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed as well. Again, Nola, big time pitcher. He's not the greatest pitcher in the league, but he's good. And I just think that this Mets team, if you've noticed anything about their performances lately, their offense shows up late, not necessarily early. Their offense is saving them from holes that they've been put in. And then the other side, Minaya is a lefty getting to go against Schwarber and Harper in the top three of the lineup for the Phillies. That definitely helps out lefty on lefty matchup. Minaya has been fairly rock solid for the last several starts. For basically since the beginning of August, he's been 90% really, really good every time he's taken the bump. So I really like that one as well. So this slip is starting out with both of those games to have 0.5 or lower than 0.5 runs scored in the first inning with those pitchers: Walker Buehler, Michael King, Austin Nola, and Sean Minaya. Last one, this one's for the Tuesday night college football game. Kaidon Salter, higher than 31.5 rushing yards. Salter is, obviously he's a dual threat quarterback. I don't think that FIU is going to present too many sack issues for him, because obviously when you take a college quarterback rushing, you got to worry about the sacks because that counts against their total. Salter's gone higher than this in 2 games so far this season, and then he's also been in the high 20s in another game, so he's been pretty close all around. He's a big play guy. He can do 31.5 in one run, no problem, but if he scrambles, if they do kind of a clear out route where the receivers are going deep and he decides to take off, he could literally do this in 1 or 2 runs. So I really like Kaidon Salter here, 31.5 rushing yards, and I feel like this one is going to shoot up as well. And then also this being kind of a weird spot, midweek game for the Liberty Flames. I like quarterbacks rushing on weird spots where they don't necessarily have a full-on offensive complement. It's just the week is a little bit out of sync and they're a little bit off schedule. Obviously, there's been a lot of downtime to prepare for this game, so I'm not saying that they're not going to have a full game plan or anything like that. It's more so just that the rhythm and everything else of this game might feel a little bit off due to when it is taking place. So I would lean towards Kaidon Salter having higher than 31.5 rush yards here. These 3 plays together is a 4.8 or 85x multiplier. It's a little bit reduced for one reason, which is it's reduced because the pitchers are favored to not give up runs in the first inning there. If you've been watching the playoffs, there's been a lot of low-scoring games, many more low-scoring games than high-scoring games outside of game 1 for the Yankees and the Royals, and then some of these Mets-Phillies affairs have ended up going over, but again, they've started slow. Pretty much every game started slow. I mean, that Tigers and Guardians game we saw yesterday was 0-0 until the 9th inning when there was a Kerry Carpenter 3-run shot that got them over the line. So, I lean towards low scoring early in these games when the starters are in. And then also Kaidon Salter, higher than 31.5 rush yards for a 4.85x flip. Let's talk a little bit about just what I think is going to happen in these playoff series. So the Dodgers really need this win. They're 1-1, but a lot of momentum has shifted to the Padres. They kind of were getting a little indignant at Dodger Stadium the other day. They were getting angry. They were getting annoyed and frustrated. And they ended up burning off a lot of steam by hitting 1 million home runs late in that game versus my Dodgers. So they ended up getting up, 10-2 was the final score there. Not exactly anything you love to see from a Dodgers perspective, but it is what it is. And then now Buehler versus King. We really need good Buehler to show up because bad Buehler is a big problem. Bad Buehler could blow this game and blow this series right now. Because again, if the Dodgers don't win this one, I really think that they're cooked in this series. I don't know if they've got what it takes to come back. I think the Freddie Freeman injury is affecting them more than people think. On the other side, everything logically tells me that the Phillies are going to win this series. Everything logically says they're the better team. They're a deeper pitching staff. They've got a deeper lineup and everything else. But this Mets team is kind of like the team of destiny that won't go away. They just keep on chugging along. They keep on attacking. They keep on fighting. They keep on trying to do anything they keep on trying to find a way to win, and it keeps on working. So I'm not going to be hating on the effort that they've put out there. That is for sure. So that gives me, a little bit of pause on, laying a price with the Phillies to win this thing. Because this Mets team, again, they just keep on getting off the mat every time they look to be down. And then one of those AL series yesterday, I mean, again, the pitching on this Guardians team is excellent. The bats for these Tigers aren't even that good. They're just clutch bats all of a sudden. The Tigers, again, they're kind of getting my interest in that series as well. It's just the Mets and the Tigers, a team of destiny in each league. If those teams match up, that would be something to see because nobody would have predicted that one pre-season. All right, so the slips again for this show. Thursday, Deebo Samuel touchdown, Kenneth Walker touchdown, Jaxson Smith-Njigba higher than 49.5 receiving yards, 6.84x. And then the baseball/college slip, Walker Buehler and Michael King lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Austin Nola and Sean Manaea lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. And Kaidon Salter higher than 31.5 rushing yards, 4.85x. That's all I got for you today. Let's make some money.